Hello and good morning. It's Leon Street here and live with another good morning or Sunday mornings with Leon Street for business owners. And today I'm talking about a very interesting topic, and it's something that came to light, I guess, from my own experiences recently. And just want to share a story and just kind of raise an idea about perhaps how small fears might be sabotaging big opportunities for you in business. If this is the first time watching me and you're watching this live on YouTube, remember to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell to be notified of any upcoming new videos. And if you're enjoying the video, remember to like the video and comment below if you got any questions or comments as I'm going along. If you're watching this on Facebook, welcome to the live stream again. So thank you for watching. So as I said, today I'm talking about how small fears may be sabotaging big opportunities for you as a business owner. And anything that holds you back, and I guess even from an unconscious place or subconscious place, you want to overcome as a business owner because you want to take things forward to the next level. You want to, I guess, maximize the opportunities that you have. So especially when the big opportunities come along, they don't sabotage you. And as I said, this came about recently, what I want to talk about today and the story I'm going to share with you. But I'm going to use it and perhaps another few examples just so you understand how small fears might be playing out for you and may actually be holding big opportunities, I guess, to ransom. You may be missing out on opportunities, and it might seem a bit strange me saying small fears. How could small fears impact big opportunities? But I'm going to start off with this. Have you ever heard the saying, the way you do something or the way you do anything is the way you do everything, right? And it's very simple, because the way that you habitually, I guess, act, tackle things in something that's small, generally plays out in other areas of your life, or even in big opportunities or big, I guess, circumstances. And this is the point that I want to raise. So here's my story. So for the past week, I've been in Poland with my fiance and my youngest daughter, visiting my fiance's family. So it was like the first time that they got to see my daughter, she's 8 months old now. But because of obviously the social lockdown, we couldn't travel to Poland for her family to see and meet her sooner. And the thing that came up was, and it can seem really ridiculous. This is why I wanted to raise it, because sometimes we kind of shy away from the ridiculous, and I'll explain what I mean exactly. So I'm in Poland, and there's a few opportunities where I may need to drive the car or move the car. Yeah. And in the instance of I'm waiting in the car with my daughter while my fiance, she's doing something in the shop, and I'm waiting in the car, but let's say it's not parked in the perfect position, or I may need to move it just to move the car out the way. Good morning, Magdalena. Now she's watching me, and now she's putting me on the spot. So the point I'm getting to, I'm sat in the car, and obviously in Poland, they drive on the other side of the road and the steering wheel's on the other side of the car. Now, this isn't a problem for me because I've driven in France, I've driven in America, many times. I'm a good driver, let's say. And so the point I want to get to is that what I realized is that every time she said it to me, I had this feeling of like, oh, like I'm going to have to drive. But it happened probably twice, and I didn't really think about it. And then I think it happened on the day before we were leaving. And she said again, I think we were we went to a shopping mall. That was it. Good morning, Suki. Thanks for jumping on. And she said it to me again. She said, here's the keys in case you need to move the car or something. And it was at that moment, it happened 3 times. And this is a big thing, especially if you are a business owner. And I really want you to take this in what I'm about to share with you. It was at that moment that I spotted the kind of uneasiness about it, the not so good feeling. And it got me thinking, like, that was, and I could tell it was my ego thinking, oh, that's going to move me out of my comfort zone, which is I'm sat in the back of the car with my daughter. I don't need to do anything. I can just be here. I don't need to think about driving on the other side of the road or blah, 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 blah. But it got me thinking, as a business owner, how many times has that happened to you and you've not even noticed, like unconsciously you've said, oh, no, I don't want to do that, or somebody said something, or a potential prospect has raised something with you, and it's kind of put you in this position of discomfort. And rather than you say, yep, no worries, I'll tackle that, you've shied away from it. And the point that I want to get to is, and I'm going to share another story in a moment. This is going to be a really powerful story, and this will, I believe, demonstrate even more the point that I'm getting to with small fears. So I'm going to conclude my story. So the point I want to get to is that I didn't have to drive the car once while I was in Poland, but even if I did, everything would have been fine. But noticing the fact that I felt uneasy and there was a little bit of fear there just made me think, shit, what am I doing? And what happens if that happens in my business? Yeah. What am I putting off, or what am I scared of? Like small things that I'm not even paying attention to that might be taking my eyes off the prize, so to speak, like bigger opportunities. And then it kind of really took me back. And has anything ever happened, to you guys watching right now, whether you're watching live or watching on the replay, like that? And it just made me think, it was like, oh my gosh, imagine like all the things that I've missed because I've not been paying attention. And this is leading me now into my second story. So I've got a client who's grown massively, literally from being a solopreneur to running a very successful multi-six-figure business that I coach him on with his marketing and strategy and so on. But a big opportunity came up recently, really big opportunity, and there was a need for a meeting to happen. But in order for the opportunity to get really big, my client had to basically suggest the meeting and push that meeting forward. And here's the thing. So when I suggested it to my client, I could feel the tension on the call, me speaking to him to advise him to book in a meeting with this potential partner. I could feel the tension in his voice saying, perhaps we don't need to do that. And the thing is, as I was standing from the outside looking in at his business, the strategy, and what this potential meeting could mean, I could see that actually the meeting was so needed. But in the end, I think what happened was he said, oh, isn't it easier for you just to call and make the meeting? And this is the point. In that moment, that was his fear coming up. It was a small fear, very small. It was almost like insignificant. But it's the nuances of your habits and how you look at different actions, different things, small fears, big opportunities, that often are the things that allow us to fail. And I'll say that they allow us to fail. They allow us to stay in our comfort zone. So anyway, my client said to me, oh, can't you book the meeting and you do it, Leon? Because, you're really good at this stuff, the strategy and, all the deals. And I said, no, it's got to come from you because it's your business. But once we're in the meeting, then I can drive this thing forward. Good morning, Yadira. Thanks for jumping on. So anyway, so I captured that small fear in the moment. And so what I did, I sent my client a voice note on WhatsApp and said, here's what you say when you make the call. It was literally like a 3-minute audio. So my client makes the call. He phones me back about, 10, 15 minutes later. He's like overjoyed, really happy. Like, Leon, I made the call. I had this like really great conversation with the director, and he was asking about like nothing to do, business, family life and stuff like that. And I was like, awesome. And he said, and yeah, we've got the meeting booked and everything's going to be awesome. So the conclusion of that was, if he hadn't made that call, if I hadn't spotted the opportunity, that small fear about his approach to, I guess, push forward an idea that is going to be a big idea, and the wheels are in motion right now, he would have missed it. So here's my point back to you guys watching right now. What opportunities, even the smallest insignificant actions, or potential opportunities, potential, I guess, ways to move your business forward and ways to grow, are you missing out on because you've got a small fear? But you're making this small fear almost insignificant but it's actually blocking the big opportunities. Because the more, as a business owner, we capture our habits, our behaviors, that's actually what accelerates us. We're all looking for, and I'm saying this as a kind of sweeping statement, most of the time we're looking for, what's the latest Instagram hack? Who wants to learn how to get 10,000 followers? Who wants to know how to do Facebook ads where you get loads of clients? Who wants to know how to attract more clients on LinkedIn? But I tell you what, for all of these silver bullet fast strategies and tactics that business owners really want to take advantage of, majority of the time it's going to be in your habits and your behaviors and what you choose to execute on and take action on that's actually going to hold you back, and it's going to make those opportunities fall away, because you're not even going to see it coming, because it's going to be unconscious to you. It's going to be something when you're like, don't even worry about it, or I'm not really going to think about that today. And that's going to be the very thing that eventually, when you start adding up all these small fears, these small reasons why you shouldn't do something, this is what's going to hold you back from the big opportunities. And as I said, I'm sharing this deeply because I spotted it in an almost insignificant thing that I didn't actually have to do. So, they say fear is false evidence appearing real. So something that is yet to pass. And for me, it was driving a car in Poland, which I didn't do. And, it was so insignificant, but I just remember the feeling. I was like, oh shit, like that thing I need to capture right now. I need to lock that in, because I don't want that behavior, unraveling and continuing, because I just thought, for me, that's nothing. Driving a car, even on the wrong side of the road, even on the other side of the car. Just coming to your comments, Suki, she said, great point. People fear of rejection. I feel people look for a little nudge, encouragement to do things like you mentioned. Yeah. So here's the thing, guys, and I'll use your comments, Suki, because I really like what you've raised there. People say, they're looking for encouragement, or they're looking for a nudge. Magdalena's put a comment. Often people say, I don't want to learn XYZ. Yeah, but the reality is that they need to learn it. It's just that they're afraid of the process. Amazing comments. And this is actually going to allow me to conclude this live today, guys. And I didn't even say, actually, I'm a bit later today. I was half an hour late. And I'll tell you why. My youngest daughter, who I was speaking about, she woke up at like 5 o'clock this morning. And so she wasn't going back to sleep. So about 5:15, I would have said to my fiance, Magdalena, I said, look, I'll take her downstairs. And we came downstairs for 90 minutes and I was very tired. So I went back upstairs and tried to get some sleep. We only just got back from Poland yesterday, and I was like feeling a bit sorry for myself this morning. But anyway, that's another story. The point that I want to conclude on, guys, often people are looking for a little, say, nudge of encouragement, just like Suki was saying, or like Magdalena was saying, they'll say, I don't want to learn that. And if you can capture yourself, you're a business owner watching this right now. If you can capture yourself when you're sat there on your own, nobody else around you, with your own thoughts, and you're thinking, oh, I wish somebody could just give me a bit of encouragement, or somebody could give me a little push, or you get to that point where you're like, I don't want to learn that. I just want to pay somebody, or I want to outsource it. And it's something that actually, from a strategic point of view, you should learn, so that you have a better understanding of what it is you're doing in your business. So that really, by tackling the need for encouragement, or where you say, I don't want to learn something, you've got to capture that part of your habits and behaviors, because you aren't going to have somebody there all the time who's going to give you that nudge or give you that word of encouragement. You might be around good people, but a lot of the times you're with yourself 100% of the time. So the more you can capture when you're putting things off, or you're saying, I don't want to learn something new, or I'm not willing to put myself through, something that moves me out my comfort zone because I'm comfortable here. It's at that point you've got to have a word with yourself. Are you willing to stay where you are and miss out on opportunities, to miss out on growth, and just, hit that glass ceiling? Or are you going to push through? And I guess that's my question. Are you going to change those habits? Are you going to change those behaviors? Because it starts with you raising your awareness on those small things, so that they don't affect the big things. Yeah. And if you can really drive things forward, guys, honestly, you will change everything about your approach to business, and more importantly, life. I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a son, and I've got a lot of people around me, And if I don't change those little fears, they will seep into the other areas of my life, not just business. And that's why it's so important, guys, and why I wanted to conclude on this part. So for me, you know, get real on the things where you feel comfortable, where you feel like, I'm not going to do that, or actually, no, I don't want to do that thing. And actually, that thing it's insignificant, let's say, because nothing bad's going to happen. Yeah. So Jutler's just saying, thank you, very helpful video, making me think. Yeah, you know what? A lot of the times, there's big things waiting for us, but we let the small fears get in the way. And that's where I want to end, guys. So hopefully it's got some ideas started for you. It will get you to think, and more importantly, it will raise your awareness on yourself, because you don't need to look outwards on these things a lot of the times. You know, when your business isn't where it needs to be, you've got to look inwards, yeah, and you've got to take yourself to the next level, and then your business goes to the next level. If you've got any questions, if you've got any challenges right now, you just need, you know, if you do need words of encouragement, or you just need somebody to look at things for you in a different way with your business, just drop me a message. You know, I love to help business owners. I had one recently, and trust me, he reached out to me, and he was in a real bad situation. I'm not going to share exactly what it was. And he reached out to me and just said, Leon, you know, you said that you can, you know, offer some time to speak. And I spoke to him for about 15 minutes. A week later, that situation had literally flipped 180. And this guy he's following his vision now. So sometimes, you know, it does do well for you guys to reach out and speak. But anyway, Alfred, how are you? Thanks for jumping on, and you're welcome. The final thing that I want to get onto, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to subscribe to the channel Leon Street on YouTube, and click on the notification bell to be notified of all the new videos that I put out. There's about 80 videos on YouTube of my content on there on my channel. I do have 2 other channels, but look for Leon Street with an E on the end. Thanks for watching on Facebook, guys. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday and go and spend some time with my other daughter just behind the camera, who's playing on the tablet at the moment. So we're going to play some dollies and how to make some jewelry, I think, in a moment. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until Wednesday evening, I'll catch you at 8:30 p.m. Wednesday, UK time. Take care. Bye-bye.